seas be ours, and by the powers where we will we roam. Yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
That working.
Now some have died and some are alive, and others sail on the sea with their keys to the cage and the devil to pay. We lay to fiddler's grave.
Yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. Yo ho, all together, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. The bell has been raised from its watery grave. Do you hear its sepulchral tone? We call to all, pay heed the squall, and turn yourselves toward home. Yo ho, all hands, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. Yo ho, all together, hoist the colors high. Heave ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy of Tea. The winds blew up her bow, up down, oh below my bully boys blow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. Hands to the side, harping and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not of greed, and he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 da. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack, then tight once more. All boats were lost, there were only 4, but still that whale did go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on. The line's not cut and the whale's not gone. The wellerman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew and all. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow ye will get your pay, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, the wind was foul and the sea ran high. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. She shipped it green and none went by, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. I hate to sail on this rotten tub. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. No grog allowed and rotten grub, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. We swear by our oath for want of more. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. But now we're through, so we'll go on shore, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her.
From Tortuga's port we put to sea and sailed for 16 days. In the biggest storm I'd ever seen, we almost lost our way. When a call came from a deckhand, boys, I think she's going down. But don't you fear, there's enough from here to drink until we drown. Ho! What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Early in the morning. So his deckhand grabbed a barrel, broke the seal and took a swig. And soon their screams turned into songs, their panic's work turned into jigs. The first mate bellowed orders, ever trying to save their skins. Any drunken wretch the captain catch all beat or limb from limb. Ho! What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, early in the morning. Every man continued drinking, all their duties long forgot. They were deaf to every order till they heard a pistol shot. The captain stood on forecastle, swung the cat above his head. Back to your posts, or by my ghost, you'll wish that you were dead! Ho! What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, early in the morning. Every drunk received a beating, some of the drunker managed to. The captain kept an eye until he'd sobered up his crew. He then retired to quarters, put the rum upon his shelf, sat in his seat, put up his feet, and drank the rest himself. Ho! What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, hooray, and up she rises, early in the morning.
Put him in the longboat till he's sober.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor.
Rowing the hoe with the captain's daughter.
Early in the morning.
Farewell and adieu to you Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to you ladies of Spain. We've received orders to sail for old England. We hope in a short time to see yous again.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly, 'tis 35 leagues.
We hove our ship to with a wind from southwest, boys. We hove our ship to for to strike soundings clear. It's 45 fathoms with a white sandy bottom. We squared our main yard and up channel did steer.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly, 'tis 35 leagues.
Now the first land we sighted, it is called the Dudman. Next Ramshead off Plymouth, start Portland and White. We sailed on by Beachy, by Fairley and Dungeon, and we hove our ship to off the South Foreland Light.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly, 'tis 35 leagues.
When the signal was given for the Grand Fleet to anchor, and all in the Downs that night for to lie, let go your shank painter, likewise your cat stopper, haul up your clew garnets, let tacks and sheets fly.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly, 'tis 35 leagues.
Now let every man drink off his full bumper, and let every man toss off his full glass. We'll sing and be jolly and drown melancholy, and here's to the health of each true-hearted lass.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly, 'tis 35 leagues.
Well, me father often told me when I was just a lad, a sailor's life was very hard, the food was always bad. But now I joined the Navy, I'm aboard a man of war, and now I found the sailor ain't the sailor anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on ashore. A sailor ain't the sailor, ain't the sailor anymore. Well, the killick of our mess, he says we have it soft. It wasn't like that in his day when we were up aloft. It wasn't like that in his day when we were up aloft. It wasn't like that in his day when we were up aloft. It wasn't like that. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on ashore. A sailor ain't the sailor, ain't the sailor anymore. Well, they gave us an engine that first went up and down. Then with more technology, the engine went around. We now steam and diesel, but what's it mainly for? A stoker ain't a stoker with a shovel anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on ashore. A sailor ain't the sailor, ain't the sailor anymore. Well, they gave us an honest lamp so we could do it right. They gave us a radio, we signal day and night. We know our code and cipher, so what's a cipher for? A buntin' toss, it doesn't toss the button anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on ashore. A sailor ain't the sailor, ain't the sailor anymore. 2 cans of beer a day, that's your bleeding lot. But now we have an extra one because we stopped the top. So we'll put on our civvy clothes, we'll find a proper shore. A sailor's just a sailor, just like he was before. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on ashore. A sailor ain't the sailor, ain't the sailor anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on ashore. A sailor ain't the sailor, ain't the sailor anymore.
Farewell and adieu to you Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail for old England. And we hope in a short time to see you again. So we'll rant and we'll roar, like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar across the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly, 'tis 35 leagues. Now we hove our ship to with a wind from southwest, boys. We hove our ship to, deep soundings to take. 'Twas 45 fathoms with a white sandy bottom, so we squared our main yard and up channel did make. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar across the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly, 'tis 35 leagues. And the first land we sighted was called the Dodman. Next Ramshead off Plymouth, start Portland and White. We sailed by Beachy, by Fairley and Dungeness, and bore straight away for the South Foreland Light. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar across the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly, 'tis 35 leagues. Then the signal was made for the Grand Fleet to anchor, and all in the Downs that night for to lie. Let go your shank painter, let go your cat stopper, haul up your clue garnets, the tacks and sheets fly. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar across the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly, 'tis 35 leagues. So let every man drink up his full bumper, and let every man drink up his full glass. We'll sing and be jolly and drown melancholy, and here's to the health of my true-hearted lass. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar across the salt seas until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly, 'tis 35 leagues. From Ushant to Scilly, 'tis 35 leagues.
It's been a long time since you've seen her. Could have been 3 years or more. Will she be waiting when we dock, boys? Like the others, will she be gone?
It's one more pull, boys, that'll do, boys. Soon we'll draw alongside. Hoist her upward, swing her inboard, for the journey's nearly done. Well, you're looking mighty smart, boy, dressed up in your number ones. You scrap